Imagine looking at your pantry that first snowy night of winter and knowing, without a doubt, that you're ready. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sutton's Days. If you're new here, my name is Lisa, and we are all about pantry preparedness. And I'm going to multitask today. We're going to chat today while I make up a bunch of breakfast burritos for the freezer. I have a plethora of eggs, and I need to get them used up. And we love breakfast burritos. I actually get them out of the freezer when I get up in the morning and put them on the wood stove during the winter, and they heat up beautifully, and we have a nice hot breakfast. And all the work is done. And so that's what I am prepping today. And I'll actually show you what I'm doing while we're chatting. September is the perfect month to reset, reorganize, and stock what you need for the next 6 months. Today, we're going to walk through 15 key steps to get your pantry winter ready in just 30 days. You can do it. I know you can. First and foremost, always and forever, you know I'm going to say it, you need to audit your pantry. You need to inventory your pantry. You don't know what you need if you don't know what you've got. It's really simple. It prevents you from overbuying or forgetting gaps. Now, even by auditing, sometimes you will forget gap items because they're not something that you do all year long. Maybe you only do them in the winter, and so they may slip your mind, and that's fine. That's why we're here, to remind each other. But you'll get most of it taken care of if you audit your pantry and see what's there. You may already have enough pasta, but zero sauce or broth, and that is a problem. It really, really is. Number 2 is you want to rotate out any items that you consider summer items. Now's a great time to use them up and get them gone. I don't know about you folks, but around here, we definitely have patterns to our eating. I literally only eat asparagus a couple times a year, and that's because that's when it's in season and it shows up in my garden. We are huge chili fans, typically in the fall and the winter and the spring. Not so much in the summer when it's 900 degrees outside, you know what I mean? So we definitely eat seasonally, and when it comes to summer items, they exist in our household. So you want to make sure that you rotate those out if you also do the same thing. Make sure that they're gone before winter hits. Stick them on your menu plan for the next few weeks. It keeps your food fresh and it reduces waste, and that's huge because we don't have money to waste. Do you? I don't. So move your canned peaches to the front and restock with your fall produce. Do it however you like. If you enjoy peaches all year long, then leave them. That's fine. But if you know that historically you typically only eat them during the warm weather, then it's time to get them eaten, you know? Number 3, build a soup base shelf. You want me to add another shelf? No, I just want you to reorganize a little bit because this makes it a lot easier. If you're a soup eater like we are, I love soups and stews during the winter time, and they are like the #1 comfort food in the winter. You know, it's a great meal. Everything's all in one bowl. It cuts down on the dishes. Life is great. So create an area in your pantry that is a soup base shelf, okay? Put your stock, your broth, your bouillon, your dehydrated or freeze-dried vegetables that you typically put in soups, your actual canned, commercially or home canned soups. Put it all in the same area so that you can just go bam, 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 and you can watch it deplete over the winter. Number 4 is to stock shelf-stable dairy. Now, it's always good to have some kind of shelf-stable dairy. They have a liquid shelf-stable milk. They also have powdered milk. There are various ways to make both of them taste better if you don't care for them. Evaporated milk, powdered creamers, they extend your baking capacity. So in the winter, if the weather's really lousy and you decide that you're going to help heat up the house by doing some baking, but oh my gosh, your favorite recipe uses some kind of milk, that cures it right there. You know you've got it. It's there. A shelf of evaporated milk keeps you baking through January, February, and potentially March. Next is to prioritize your proteins. Protein is important for just about everybody, okay? It's energy dense and it's harder to find in emergencies. When there's an emergency situation, you know, the world is a dumpster fire, it's really hard to find protein. If your power goes out, you don't necessarily want to be opening and closing your freezer and your fridge all the time, right? So having some kind of shelf-stable protein will really see you through those difficult times. It also, if you are a home canner, helps you purchase at the lowest price and put it up so that you are eating cheaper than anybody else you know on any given day. Canned chicken, tuna, even Spam. Yeah, I know. They stretch meals. They make it go farther, and they taste really good, and they give you the protein that our bodies need. Don't forget about your fats and your oils when it comes to wintertime. These are essential calories. They help your brain and your body, and oils can vanish kind of quickly, you know. Olive oil bottles lasted 2 weeks on the shelves last September. Why? I don't know. Some kind of freak thing happened, but make sure that you've got it. It lasts 6 months to a year, depending on your storage conditions. There's all kinds of different, Crisco or lard or tallow or olive oil. Do your due, whatever oil you like. Don't overstock on it, but have enough to get you through the winter. Now, the really fun thing to do, especially if you've got little ones or not so little ones, is to create a no power box. That's right, a no power box. It prepares you for outages, which around here happen if you blink. So in their box, no matter who you are, whether you're an adult or whether the kids are doing it with you, put the things that they like the best. The peanut butter, the crackers, the canned chili, the granola, the sweet treats, any little thing to get them through a power outage that doesn't require a lot of effort for heating and cooking and baking and all that kind of stuff. They're ready to eat stuff. And tell them that it's off limits, make special signs for it if you want for the kids. It's a no power box, and it will really make things a lot more fun and interesting for the little ones, especially if you put in activities too, like card games or miniature games that they have out there. It is a great way to make a bad situation just a little bit better. Next is to start freezing that fall produce now. Yes, if you're anything like me, anything you can, you're getting into that freezer and then you're working really hard to try to get it back out of that freezer. But it's cheaper in bulk before cold storage surges. So definitely get your fall produce now. Frozen corn jumped 35% last year between September and November. You want to get it while the getting's good, put it up to the best of your ability. If you don't can it, I don't can corn. It's not my favorite way to have it, but I do freeze it, and I do freeze dry it now, and I do eat freeze dried, and you can also dehydrate it. There's all kinds of ways, but you want to get it while it's inexpensive and put it in the freezer, get it up so that you've got it throughout the winter. Now, real quick, right in the middle here, I'm going to say that if you start this 30-day reset now, you'll be winter ready before the first frost. I bet you. I bet you will. Let me know in the comments what your pantry reset looks like. And we'll get through winter one shelf at a time, my friends. We really will. The next is to add immune-boosting foods. Cold and flu season peaks in winter, right? All those little adorable, cute walking Petri dishes are on their way in school now, and everybody's starting to get the first colds of the season, but they're going to keep hanging on, and the colds happen all winter long. So look at elderberry syrup, vitamin C rich canned fruits, that kind of thing. Make sure that you've got what you need to deal with the colds and the flus and the ickies, because they're going to show up. Now is a good time to stock your baking supplies. Prices rise before the holidays, so you want to get it while they're not really paying attention, Flour, for example, did a nice little jump last year. So you want to definitely keep an eye on the prices, and you want to get there before they try to stick it to you just a little bit more. Now, you want to store some warm up meals. Have you ever been outside shoveling or just, whatever, and by the time you get inside, you're like cold all the way down to your bones. You know what I mean? You're just cold, and you need that warm up meal. You need something that definitely improves morale, makes you feel nice and warm, gives you back some of your energy. So hot meals definitely improve morale. Things like oatmeal, cocoa mix, soups, those definitely help improve morale in winter when it's typically grayer, darker, days are shorter. Let's have some cocoa, Next is to organize it by category. So kind of like we did the soup shelf, right? It saves time in a crisis Group your proteins in one area, your grains in another, your baking staples in another. It helps to keep it organized, number one, but it also helps you to locate it when you need it. That's super important. So pair the pasta and the sauce and the canned meat together if that's the way that you normally do it. However it works for you and your brain, because we all think a little bit differently. Now, you want to be sure to stock emergency hydration. Winter storms disrupt water service too. Frozen pipes burst, they cut off your service until they can get it fixed. It's just a hot mess. So you want to make sure that you have water stored up. Jugs of water, sports drink mix, all that fun stuff. You want to make sure that you have water available. No less than 2 gallons per person per day. And don't forget about the fur babies. And because when you're sitting there and you can't go out, and there's nothing on TV, and you're bored, and the power's out, so you can't exactly sit around and watch the tube of you, right? What are you going to do? You're going to snack. Yes, you are. It boosts energy and morale in the cold months. Don't do it a whole bunch, but do it just enough to make you a little bit happier. Trail mix, crackers, granola bars. Look for those kind of things. Put up the ones that you like. Not a ton of them, just enough to get you through, and you are good to go. So I hope that you take this 30-day reset and get yourself ready for winter. What do you need to stock up on to make sure that you are golden for the winter years? What do you need to stock up on to make sure that you're golden for the winter months? I'm tired. Okay, that was 33 burritos. Yeah, 33 burritos. That's a lot. I'm done. But now I don't have as many eggs. It's a great problem to have, and I don't have to cook breakfast for a while. If you want to check out different ways to stock your pantry, check out this playlist right here. And until next time, everybody, be safe. Keep stacking it to the rafters, my friends.